Okay guys, welcome to another training session here on the multi-track recorder for recording rehearsals and Sunday mornings, and this is great for going back and playing back multi-track sessions so that you can maybe EQ something differently, gate it, compress it, and be able to do that out of real time so the band doesn't actually have to be there. Really cool training tool. So here we go. We're gonna pop into this this profile, the audio volunteer profile here, and you see this kind of blank screen here. You'll notice that in the upper, this is called the desktop. In the upper right corner, we have this icon. It says Audio Recorder 01. That is this drive right here. It's kind of hard to see. You can see there's a hard drive sitting on the shelf, which is plugged in with a USB cable back here. Anyway, that's the first step. Just make sure that that is plugged in, because that is where all the recordings will go to. All right. So the next thing we're going to do, if we can get this thing to focus. There you go. Next thing we're going to do is go down to the Ardour, which is the recording program, and click on that. Okay, and we get this dialog box right here that says, hey, what do you want to do? New session or what? And I am going to click on New Session. That's what I want you guys to do every time. New Session. And then I have a template here called 20 in and out. Click on that template, and then at the bottom you'll see it's already pre-selected to save all the files, all the audio files, to this Audio Recorder 01. Which is the hard drive we have plugged in up there. Okay, super important that that's selected. Then you just give it a name. So I'm just going to call this one 1 2 3 4 test. Okay, and then I'm going to hit open. Now what's super cool about, one more thing, another dialog box. You just hit start when you get to this. You don't have to change any of these settings. Just hit start. Okay. So this is going to open up a brand new session, but it's using a template. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to change any of the track names or do any routing or anything like that. It's all ready to go. If you see over here, what we have are all the track names: click, kick, snare drum, and so on. All of those are already labeled for you. The only two that are not record enabled are 13 and 14, because we usually don't have anything on those channels. But say you added another guitar player or keyboard or whatever, you could put it there. And then you would just press the record enable button like that in order to record on that. Okay. So once you're in here, the next thing you do is basically audio will pass right through the mixer and record into these tracks independently. So what that means is you're not going to hear kick drum on the keyboard track. They're all separate. Okay? So in order to record them, all you have to do is go to this upper left-hand corner here, hit this record ready button here, and it'll flash at you saying, hey, we're ready to go. And when you're ready to start recording, you hit this play button. So I'm going to hit that now, and you'll see all of these tracks are starting to record right now in real time. Okay? So I'm actually going to stop that right now. I'm going to hit the stop button up here. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pick up on this recording on the second half. You know what? I'll just do it here anyway. So nothing was recorded there, but so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to undo here, if it'll allow me to do that. I'll just go ahead and delete these, remove last capture. And I'll say sure, destroy it, and it destroyed those recordings. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually pull a session open that I already recorded on. So I'm going to close this session. Just close this. We're going to open a new session here, or rather a recorded one already. I'll open this one and hit start. Okay, And at this point, what we have to do, in order to hear these tracks, see how you can, there's some recorded material here. In order to hear these, what you have to do is go to the mixing board. We'll go back to home here. Go to the mixing board and under scenes, see the scenes button here? Hit the scenes button, then hit the right arrow once, and you'll see a list of scenes. What we want to do is go down to the 11th scene, which is labeled recorder playback. So I go down to there, and then I'm going to hit the load button. I don't know if you can see my finger, it's kind of dark there. I'm going to hit the load. It's going to say, hey, do you really want to do that? And I say, yes, I do. And what that does is it changes all these inputs here. You'll see they have a little C. What that stands for is a card. There's a USB card on the back of this mixer, and all of my inputs I have told them, hey, switch it over to the card so I can receive these audio tracks via the USB card. All right, so if I play this back, I'm just going to actually set up a quick little loop section here. If I play back, let's see. I'm going to play back this click to the kick drum. Okay. And where's that at? There we go. Set loop from selection. Then I'm just going to hit this little loop button. It'll just sit there playing over and over again. All right, so if we look down on our board here, what we see is that click is coming in and nothing else is happening, just that click from that first track. And then kick drum's about to drop right about there. Kick drum kicks in. You can see a little bit of bleed in the other channels, but mainly it's the kick drum that's coming in. And that's represented right here. You can see that there's a click going on, and then there's also a kick drum to the right. We haven't got to it yet, but anyway, you get the idea. So everything's already routed, and what this will enable you to do is to go through, like I could go through on this kick drum right now, and I could say, hey, let's mess with the gate. Let's mess with the compressor or the EQ. And you can do this outside of real time, which is super powerful. I'm actually going to pull up that kick drum while we're at it. I'm going to put it in the house speaker so we can hear it. But let's see here. There we go. And go back. Here's kick drum. So kick drum's going, and I could go in here to the EQ and just adjust that and make any changes I want and maybe save a channel or something. So anyway, that's how it works, guys. Just remember, when you're ready to mix the band live, you got to go back to the scenes and go, okay, scenes. I'm going to press the right arrow. I'm going to navigate to where it says installation plus groups and hit load and say yes. And you'll notice on my tracks here, my channels, now it says A for AES. Now we're receiving signal from the AES card on the back of the mixer. All right, so that's it. It's that simple, and I know you guys are really going to enjoy this feature. It's going to help you learn the board and be able to save settings outside of real time. It's really cool. All right, guys, catch you later.